Let's go back to the phone lines now. We were talking about players that need protecting or should have more protection from referees. These are predominantly the sort of outside left, outside right players. Let's speak to John, a Man City fan. Hello, John. John, are you there? Oh, John? John, can you hear me? I don't think John's there. John? No, he's not there. That's probably for the benefit of you, actually. He's a Man City fan.
No, why? I got nothing against Manchester City.
Oh, you're fine with that, yeah.
They're just doing what they do, man, which is win everything.
Let's talk about what they do, and let's talk about what Arsenal don't do, and they need to do next season, right? Because all jokes aside, right, it will be a phenomenal season for Arsenal to finish second. It will. It's just in the manner in which it happened. If you would have gone 5th, 4th, 3rd this season, and then last game of the season nicked a win and got second, you look back at that and go, wow, what a great season. It's just because you had such a great lead throughout the season. You were top of the Premier League.
Arsenal had over 200 and something days at the top. I think
It's a long
Manchester
time.
City's were like 20.
It's a long time. I think when you look at the end result, you have to just look at where Arsenal finished from where they were the season before and how they started the season before. I think they were bottom of the Premier League after 3 games, right? Realistically, you said that a team needs to get over 90 points to compete.
Yeah.
Realistically, do you see Arsenal being able to do that next season?
Yeah, I do, yeah. I think they'll go again if they can get 2 more players in to add to the quality that they've already got.
For what positions are you short in?
Centre midfield.
Yeah. So this is the Declan Rice role?
Yeah, or Caicedo.
Right.
Maybe another centre half. I'd maybe even try and get another centre forward in, you know.
Would you?
Yeah, I would.
Just to push Jesus?
Yeah, because as good as Jesus is, and he is fantastic, doesn't score enough goals, spends a lot of his time outside the box.
Yeah.
You need someone who's in there, going to score goals, put the head in there. I mean, I know Arsenal don't play that way, but I would probably I'd probably let Eddie go and then try and get another one in.
Hopefully John, the Man City fan, is now back. Hello, John.
Hiya, guys. You okay? Sorry about that. I swear I am on the motorway.
That's
but
okay.
anyway,
It's okay.
just a quick one. Nonsense. You're talking nonsense about protection. Now, let me talk about 2 players that you brought into the conversation.
Hold on, John. Can I say, when you said you're talking nonsense, I just asked a question.
Yeah. Okay, then. The debate, I think it should go. Say to the players who Zaha and Grealish like to get in the face of the opponent, have a little bit of the banter, have a bit of the crack, and they're always pushing and shoving and going on with themselves, yeah? Half the time, they're not fouled. They're cutting across players, they're protecting the ball, and they're going over for trying to gain advantage in the way of further up the field, for the dead ball situation, for the free kick. So what I would say, I'd reverse that conversation. I'd say to them players, if I catch you and I deem it to be diving, you will go in my book as a yellow card. The second yellow card, you're off. So a lot of the time, it's contact sport, gentlemen. It's a contact sport. Don't take the contact out of it. And I know some of the defenders, sometimes it's clumsy. Bentley, you'll know this. If it's a clumsy one, you go, oh, hang on a minute, hands up. And you can see genuinely. I tell you, 2 players at Manchester City who were good at the dark arts. Fernandinho, bouncing at the dark arts. Should have got a lot more yellow cards. Rodri does the same because he's not got the pace. He'll cut across the man. And he will catch his tailing leg. That's clearly a foul. And it's a first warning, second's a yellow, third one, debatable. I might have to go off here, fella. But Grealish does the opposite. I call it housery. Put whatever word in front of that you want. But he'll go across his man. He'll leave a trailing leg in and he'll hook the defender. What's the defender supposed to do? He can't do anything.
So John, do you think that's diving or just being clever?
I think it's simulation. I think it's diving. Of course, I think it's diving, and I think Zaha is an expert, and Grealish is not far behind. So I've seen players with skill. I tell you who gets fouled quite a lot and doesn't really get the fouls that he deserves. It's Kevin De Bruyne. He has that change of pace where he stops and then bursts, and he cuts through defenders. Now, a lot of the time it's clumsy, but in the positions he's going to get himself into, it's a foul. The referee doesn't have to book you for a foul. He can just say it's a foul. Yeah. But just be careful, because the next one, you're potentially going in the book, fella.
Do you know what I think as well? John, do you know what? Sometimes as well, I do think, and that's where it can be difficult for referees, because how can you, unless there's no contact whatsoever, how can you deem what's enough contact and what's not? Because there are times where there is a bit of contact and players dive. I know that from playing the game. Yeah. But how can the referee deem that as contact, as diving, when there's contact?
Yeah, it comes down to interpretation.
Exactly.
What's enough to... Yeah, I get that.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.